This is why we cut you off. How dare you call him an elephant?
What? That was not.
I
That was
completely
not my
forgot
point.
about that. You're the one bringing it up.
That
again.
was never my point.
If you want to be even more cultural, be like, let's address the Zunisha in the room. Only those watching One Piece will get the reference.
Oh my
You
God.
guys don't watch it, but anyways, let's look at the atmosphere in the rooms here. How does RRQ look like here?
No Naomi and no Zaya. Yesterday we got the info, right? Zaya and
Yep.
Naomi is still, it's just not in Indo right now. So it's still Rave leading the drafts here, it seems like. Let's see, because going up against SMG, sure, it was a 2-1, but it was a great draft.
Yeah. RRQ looked way more serious. Homeboys look like they're a little bit more lighthearted. So I really hope that this matchup is going to be two teams going wild with their creativity in the drafting. I mean, so far we've seen that being rewarded in especially in the past day, earlier today. So hopefully they continue that, because that just makes it for much more interesting, much more unpredictable drafts and scenarios in game.
I'm actually looking at Homeboys. The moment we look at him, we see Chibi yawning. Maybe he didn't get enough rest, but we'll see. Seifel is going to be the one drafting, apparently. So he was the analyst for the previous season. I think now he's taking more of a coach role.
Oh.
In terms of, I mean, you guys, let's talk about the junglers, because you guys were talking about first as an assassin player. Chibi used to be that, but I kind of feel like he doesn't want to go back. I kind of feel like, if anything, the Lancelot or the Hayabusa, sure, he can use that. But I think in terms of preference, he just likes fighters.
Oh. Oh, well, what if it's more on assassins that also have like a nice escape ability? Because, right, Lancelot has iframes, Hayabusa can avoid stuff too.
Yeah, just
They can
those
avoid
two.
stuff.
Something like a Hellcurt. I haven't seen him in a very long time on something like a Hellcurt.
Oh.
So I have no idea whether he can or cannot use it.
I'm still also eyeing Yisun Shin pick, actually. Sure,
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
marksman, but semi-assassin, right? With the speed and all, with the agility that he has. But Yisun Shin can definitely fit in this match. But Homeboys here with the first pick will ban Altafani, the Kaja, and the Arwen. So 3 different roles here panned out.
This is going to be an Eve first pick, isn't it?
Or Kadita.
Or Kadita, yeah. I'm actually okay with seeing Kadita more as a first pick, thinking about it. Because a lot of teams are priority banning it. The respect banning Kadita now. So, okay, but without a Valentina, this is like a nice setup for an Eve. And
No,
then
legit, because I
Arthur will
kind of feel like Valentina is the safest mage to pick up first pick. Others can be countered.
Oh, you meant Valentina earlier.
No. I'm still talking about Kadita and Eve. But
Ah, okay.
okay, you know what?
Whoa.
Jimmy's picking up the Ling, so everyone's picking up. The Ling is super
Yeah.
strong.
They know it's still 100. It's still 100% this event. It seems like, right? They will prile that Ling here. So asking a question here, we actually might see an Esmeralda pick again, knowing that Homeboys already picked up an early Ling. Oh, it's gonna be the Eve here, perhaps later on RQ. Okay, Kadita. No, Fredrin.
Okay. I mean, they still have room to go for the double mate.
Actionable.
Yeah. So Fredrin's like the safer bet here. But I won't be surprised if RQ's considering putting this into XP instead. And they'll just match the movement speed. And then there you go. There's a Kadita answering the Eve right back. And then the Grok also. So Homeboys, man, they're drafting as if they know what RQ wants. But then here's the Hilda. We were talking about the Hilda yesterday, actually.
Yeah, we were. So this is going to be important because Hilda, like, hero matchup, right? Yeah, just invade the jungle. But with the changes in the emblems, what are you going for, right?
Exactly.
What are you going for? That's going to be important.
The thing why I dislike this Hilda pick is you're already going up against the Grok and Kadita. Sure, you can invade the Ling, but Kadita and Grok, very strong level 1 and level 2 heroes that can crowd control this Hilda. So let's see here how it's going to translate. But let's see here.
You know what would be cute?
What?
Grocky XP, Kadita mid, and a pick up of Valir.
Oh,
That would be very cute.
And the Hilda will be so sad.
Hilda and Fredrin.
will
Yeah.
suffer.
That would be super cute.
Yeah.
Adorable, in fact.
Yeah. All those slows, dude. I'm on that ship now. I want to see a Valir.
Right.
I'm taking a ride on that ship. Please pick up the Valir. That would be perfect.
Yeah, Grok, just give him to the XP, right? Yeah, I like it. I like that. Seeing the Hilda, it just makes sense here. Homeboys, what do they trying to limit here?
Assassins, maybe?
Marksman here, it seems like. Okay, yeah, assassins. Maybe one assassin, one marksman here for that second phase.
Yeah. Wonder if they're gonna still consider taking out another Sin pick. Oh wow, yeah.
Oh.
They took out the Lilia. So if Homeboys does have it in their bag, the Valir would be perfect.
They're thinking that the Grok is going EXP.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay. So RRQ is like also like a step ahead in that regard. I wonder if they're gonna pick up their gold laner last for Sin and then they're just gonna surprise it. Usually the last time we saw RRQ laughing around like that, they picked up the Sicilian.
And Esmeralda.
And the Esmeralda. So I feel like this is gonna be RRQ again, like it's a let him cook moment.
I mean, Zin just got a new car, so I think he's really feeling himself.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Zin, by the way.
He got a new car.
Zin.
He bought a new car, yes.
Oh,
And I think that's what they wanted because they
Dude,
reacted.
look at the reaction of RQ. They're like, yo, they're renting out the Aldos. Like everyone's happy. It could be good happy, bad
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
It's either, oh my god, they read us, or what?
Hey,
you
got
called it.
Gotti, you got your win.
Let's go. Yi Sun-shin finally debuting in SPS.
Here's the thing, though. Is that jungle? Whatever it goes gold.
I think it's
You know
most
what?
effective in.
Zin doesn't want to miss a bombastic moment. I think it's going jungle.
Jungle? Okay, yeah. It's going to be a bit tougher in the gold lane for sure.
He doesn't go. He doesn't.
Goalie
wanna go.
Hilda. Why am I looking at RRQ and I'm envisioning Toda?
This does feel like a totem. They might pick up the Esmeralda again.
Yeah.
Because they can just
Uranus.
go double sustain side lanes.
Yeah.
Because you have the Yusun Shin instead. So now Homeboys, they might be adjusting their what they originally planned. There's a Baxia. Baxia? Oh, Baxia. Wait. Baxia Row?
Baxia Row. EXP Grok, yeah. Most
Actually, Baxia can do well in the EXP as well.
Oh, it's so.
Okay.
Warlord.
How are you feeling about this draft? I'm all over the place. I'm happy and confused.
Yeah.
I'm mostly confused.
Oh, it's a roam Baxia to counter rotate the Hilda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this Hilda won't be able to invade, man.
Very hard for him to invade now.
It's so risky for Chipoy to try and invade and get info in the opposing jungle.
Okay. We're feeling mostly confused. Are we not?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting though. I like it. This is what we were asking for, creativity.
What is Leo and Kitty?
What is happening?
I mean, the camera's on them anyways.
Yeah.
Guys, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. We were just making sure we look dapper because this upcoming game is going to be real interesting, and especially with our predictions leaning towards the Homeboys, has RRQ turned things around in a very short period of time.
Yep, especially with that first pick Ling again. Just to recap, folks, not a single utility jungler has been successful, and that explains why there is such a huge priority on Ling in this current patch. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into game number one. It's the Homeboys going up against RRQ. And look at Sepa protecting his fragile jungler. And Versick on the re-debuting Eason Shin.
You said there were no utility junglers. I beg to differ. With Mountain Chakra, at least they're going to have vision, but you can tell that even with RRQ, they're instantly going for these invades.
Oh, look at this. Only in the second camp did Chipoy say, yeah, I'm going to check in on him. Oh, he's in trouble!
Yep, I think you should be able to get the first blood. Warlord finds it, given to the right target, and now this Baxia pick is looking mighty fine. Can't regen in time, won't be able to be as tanky as you want to be in the early game. Feels so good.
Yep, especially now with Barbosa coming in. Oh, he's been hot. He's been waiting. Zoran has been playing in the SPS so far for the Homeboys after his contract got picked up. And right now, we're back to the usual 5 down bottom, 2v1.
Anip is instantly going to get ganked here. It's going to force him out of lane. If this becomes a kill, this might be bad. And it looks like he finds the kill, but it's only to Sipoy. Sin's able to flicker out of there and just in time. GB is going to commence the dive as Barbosa tanks the wave. He can only tank so much. Somebody get rid of it. Sin outplays it perfectly. And that is why you take Quantum Charge.
Sidestep in just underneath. I'm pretty sure the damage reduction did magic there as well. And I'm talking about like shenanigans. I'm not talking about magic defense magic. The patch is tricky. Folks, real quick, something to note. In addition to the quantum charge, right? You have to note here as well Sepat is rocking an XP lane Grok with lethal ignition. Is he going to be able to deal enough damage in the timer?
I think he's able to do a lot of damage if he goes for that flicker combination, right? That flicker into wild charge. If you're close to a wall, at least you can like weave in one auto attack before you power nature. Arguably, even nature's barrier is pretty good in these cases. Now, next upcoming purple going to be contested. As Sepoy is going to get the information. Gets hit up by the Breath of the Ocean. Wild charge committed as well. Sepoy ends up dying to the rough waves, and now Banana, he is going to be losing out on a member. While the rest of the homeboys, wow, they're not even going to commit towards this turtle side.
Yep. It looks like they're waiting on Chibi. And yeah, something to note, it's been a while since Yusun Shin was the last viable, since Yusun Shin was last even picked up in a pro-level game. I'm throwing back to Jakarta, man. I'm talking group stage, rather early days, knockout stage M4 in the hands of Carl Tizzi versus Team Hawk.
That's a really good example. I was thinking even further before, where the last time we've seen Yishinshin and potentially could be going in towards that, funnel strategy, could have been down by the gold lane. We've seen teams do that before, and especially Sin in this case. But now the turtle finally getting contested for. This time will fall into the hands of Chibi as he catches up to the EXP of first 6 in the meantime.
Yep, that's a delayed turtle taken at 3 minutes. And I'm wondering, what are they thinking here? Will they get Anip one more time? Chipuy, Clay, and Sin. Spotted out by Barbosa. Oh, backline!
First 6 all by himself. Warlord finds it, and Chibi secures the kill as the rest of the team back away. Sorry, the opposite way. Warlord securing the kill, and Chibi there for the assist. In the meantime, at least this diverts attention, and Anip gets to live.
Yep, so far, story of the game, RRQ calling the shots, and slowly but surely, homeboys following up. And when they do follow up, when they do catch up to the tempo, they actually get quite a bit on the backswing, right? You can see that RRQ are up maybe 700, 800 gold right now, but homeboys scored a turtle and are getting solid kills on the back end. But wait, Chibi, oh, they're troubling him. This is going to be a tough purple.
Yeah, but Sepoy, he's trying to back out of there. As soon as he sees Warlord, he realizes, okay, it's not worth the time. Boxy as well is going to stop my regeneration when I'm in brushes. It just isn't worth it. But looking at the emblems earlier, a lot of RRQ is rocking that tenacity. Clay flickering out for his life.
Yep, and what exactly Tenacity does is it allows you to kind of stay put, right? It allows you to fight for it more. And looking at Zin and Fursic, they have a killing spree. So if they do get the kill, they stay alive a little bit longer, they sustain, they heal up, they go for the fight one more time. And oh, look at this. Chipuy spots out Barbosa. Mountain Shocker. Oh, that's great. This allows RRQ to stay ahead of the curve. And that's one thing that RRQ can make up for compared to the rotational speed Homeboys has. They have Barbosa on the backshot. They have the Ling. They even have Sepat. They catch Chipuy.
Yep, they're going to try it again. Oh, no Petrify being committed, but Rough Waves will be. Chibi is going to initiate, but that means that Clay gets the free RW on towards Tribrush side. Here it comes. Oh, it doesn't find any kills. The Torn Apart Memories just not dealing enough.
So you see what Homeboys want to do, right? You see what they want to set up for, and they're going for complete mobility, just battlefield and combat mobility. But RRQ understand, and now Anip is in trouble!
Yep, he stands his ground. He has to get away from me just in time. He knows that the Torn Apart Memories isn't there, allowing Chibi to see some low targets, and now it's going to be Sin who's going to go down. But he manages to trade just in time against Anip. They find a second kill, but that will fall over to Barbosa's side. First 6 and Clay looking for executes, and First 6 finds one, doesn't get the second. Mountain Shocker to confirm positions. And Barbosa is out of there. Warlord, he's got to be careful. First 6 deals a lot more damage than you can imagine. And now that he's out of the way, Warlord fails to find the angle, fails to find the trajectory.
I don't know what Warlord was thinking. I mean, there were, what, 2 or 3 members there that had higher health? There's no way he was going to burst any of them, and Fursic understands the limit of this hero. You know what? It makes sense. Throwing back to the height of Fursic's career, throwing back to when he was rocking it with EVOS Legends, Yusun Shin was the thing. Yusun Shin was on top of the game, and right now, wait, Chibi. All right, Chibi was just bothering him. But yeah, no, that was all the passive. He was triggering it. In, out, trace this.
It's good. It's good to see him, and that's why he actually gets a lot of benefits with his particular playstyle. With the killing spree, right? Go in, get that kill, get the extra movement speed, get out. If he was trying to play a more kite style, he probably would have taken Quantum Charge in this case. But now, we see on towards the bottom side, the lane swap has already occurred very early on, just to make sure that the EXP laners is nearby for the upcoming turtle.
Yep, real quick on the item check. It's Barbosa who is making the most money for Homeboys, but across the board, they're down roll per roll. Specifically, Sin, oh my god, he's 1,000 and change above. And now Warlord's in trouble!
Oh, he's able to dodge the Torn Apart Memories with the Rough Waves. Barbosa with the Toys Poisson trying to slow down as many people as possible. Breath of the Ocean does not connect. Nature's Barrier to try and cut off any other reinforcements from RRQ side. They don't get anything, and the whole time this is occurring, Sepoy chasing down Chibi, so they know exactly where he's going. Now towards top side, that tier 1 should technically fall, but the 2v1 in mid should secure the kill onto Chipoy, and that's what we want to see. RRQ will take this tier 1.
Yep, they are delaying the inevitable. Chipoy gave his life up to buy time for the top lane to eventually crash, despite the efforts of Sepat and the gang. And now Barbosa, now we're wondering, is this really worth it? Is the fact that this Basha can actually cut through the back line and rotate, protect what needs to be protected, but is it a draft to win, right? Because right now, oh no! Warlord!
Able to get into the rough waves in that time. The tier 1 mid is already fallen. Anip tries his best. The Crazy Press doesn't do as much damage as he wants to, but it's going to be the torn apart memories that finds the kill onto Barbosa. With 2 members low, they have to recall.
And that's it. They're going to leave the baby purple here. They understand. They committed Grand Theft Purple, and they're going to starve Chibi. And this is the first time in a while I've actually seen a Hilda delay a Ling to where it actually matters, and not just in the early game. Chipoy does die eventually. I can't believe we're still at... Ooh!
Oh, the passive kicked in time for Warlord just before he dies there.
Woo!
And that is, thank God he's still alive. He's got all of his abilities. He even has the Petrify. He just needs to find either play first 6. Barbosa, he's going to jump on towards first 6 side to slip out wild charges. Warlord finds nothing here, but ends up getting taken out regardless. Warlord with a little bit of HP, still alive, able to hop away in the meantime. First 6 just taking heads, flickering forward. Banana looks good. Oh, the torn apart memories. Man, those projectiles travel fast.
And far. I could have sworn Sin threw it all the way from Jakarta to Kuala Lumpur. Homeboys did not see that coming. And here's the thing. I don't know what Homeboys were thinking during that Lord take. It's like Chibi was a part of the conversation where said, all right, Warlord, I have the angle. Everyone else, let's go. Chibi's like, wait, what? Am I part of the decision-making body here? Because this is not a Lord we can take, and they suffered so many losses from that. RRQ are now up 5K. Waves are crashing in, top, mid, and bottom. And they're calling the shots from down here. There's 5 members of Homeboys facing off against Banana and Clay alone.
I think it was a risky play. I think they were looking for the squishier targets in the back. I think it's a testament to RRQ, but Barbosa just looking for any space to get into that backline to start this fight and slow down the rest of them. But RRQ just making sure they've set the battle lines, they set their trenches, and now they're taking tier 2s.
Yep. They take top first, Mountain Shocker, Furshik, and the rest of RRQ making sure they know exactly where Homeboys can come from. Oh, Chibi. Again, it's just Clay and Banana. There's a lot of damage between the both of them. And I understand that Barbosa is trying to go for both vision and a pickoff, but not when you're building the Baksha this way. He only has a Molten Essence, only has a Radiant Armor, and then that's it. He's got the Concealed Boots set up for Warrior Boots, but that's it. It's so difficult to be Homeboys right now. One of the ways that they can win and maybe close the 7K gap at 10 minutes is to punish. If RRQ overextend, that's one way.
I mean, that's what we're hoping to see here, especially if you're in the Homeboys' camp. More importantly, I think, man, it's tough because as a support, you only have so much gold to work with. You can only itemize either against magic resist or even armor. In this case, he decided to go for magic resist. Now, Barbosa, all by himself, just getting absolutely shredded by everybody, dying to the torn apart memories. As Sepoy is able to get out. Warlord looks for the combo as the RWN stops them. Wild charge is going to keep them in place, but Anip can't get in on the fight for free. Has to get on out of there as first thing is going to commit right on top of him, and Chibi so low. Same goes for Warlord and Anip. They make an attempt, and not bad, a 50-50 despite being 6K ahead of them.
Yep, and again, that's the overcommitment from RRQ. They found a way to try and force RRQ into a fight that they weren't completely ready for, and that's why Homeboy spent all of their ults. They bursted Barbosa a little too quickly, I'm sure, because he didn't even get to use his Puissance. And now this allows for them to maybe turn this Lord coming in, about 20 seconds, into 50-50. It's not going to be a Luminous Lord, it's still going to be a level 1 Lord, but that's just a testament to how fast RRQ are going, how quickly they're making use of their visual, their vision advantage, how they're making use of, again, how Chipoy just gets in there. This Ling is not fully built yet, folks. Chibi only is rocking a Corrosion Scythe, a Berserker's Fury, and a Windtalker. That's it. That's still farming territory for the Ling.
Yeah, it is farming territory for Ling. Honestly, not exactly the best position that you want to be in, but let's keep in mind, I don't know about you, but we'll get our opinions about Malefic Roar as second items for both of these marksmen, but only a little bit later, because the Lord Dance has commenced and RRQ have full control over it. Warlord looking for first six, and Banana just trying to give some kind of space. Chibi is going to get into the middle of the fight. Rough Waves has already come out as well. RWM comes out instantaneously. Retribution fight won by first six. They find the kill onto him with the help of Silpat, and now they're on the run. I think Silpat even recognizes he might be in trouble. This whole time Sin is getting some good shots in towards Barbosa. Silpat finally falls, and Anip able to zone the rest. Warlord with a good breath of the ocean, and Sin rightfully and very smartly building into a immortality.
This is the best case scenario for Homeboys. I mean, not a clear 50-50. You know, we didn't see Chibi try to go for the Lord, but just the same, they picked off Versik, and that's the best case scenario for Sepat. You talked about it, right? Again, you get the full flicker into wild charge into a basic attack, full combo on this damage Grok, which is rocking Sea Halberd and Blade of the Heptaseas. Yeah, best believe most members of RRQ, maybe say for Banana and Cheapo, are going to go down. So yeah, this is not a full Lord take. This is not a Lord that RRQ can take advantage of. Just the same, you can see that Chibi is also making moves on the map, and he's not looking that bad. I mean, we did say how he's still in farming territory, but he just picked up his Endless Battle. So yeah, he definitely can put up a fight, especially if he catches Zin and Versik off guard, who are just barreling up top. Close enough where we're going to see them start juggling items here.
Yeah, I think Chibi can even deal some decent damage towards Banana's side. Like, looking at his build, right, I don't see a lot of armor. I see the Dreadnought armor, but that's as good as it gets other than the Dominance Ice. And here comes the big argument, right? Would you have preferred Hunter Strike Ass for flat penetration or Malefic Roar in these cases, second item, like for first six and as well as Sin? Both of them built it as their secondary.
I think there's the math. And so far, Malefic Roar, it got its base penetration changed, but the stack penetration actually went up. That's the adjustment in the past patch. So I think the fact that they picked it up early should pay off. The fact that they picked it up early and they're picking these fights where they're calling shots. Oh, spotted!
Oh, the traces coming in from first six was beautiful. Dodging it just in time. Full commitment from Warlord, including his Petrify. Good outplay from first six.
And that's beautiful. Again, Versik knows how to play this hero. This is where he was at his best, some would argue, during his career when he was playing in this metagame in Chipui. Able to bully Chibi all the way through the late game. Oh, threading the needle. Oh, they're inside the base already.
He's just going to try and deal as much damage as he can. His damage is starting to ramp up, right? 3 members already put low just because of Muddles and the spread of the auto attack. Now, Homeboys looking for that opportunity to start taking control over the map. 25 more seconds until Lord comes back up.
Yep, this Lord here is about as 50-50 as the last one, given how fast Homeboys can recover. And as you'll see here, just about 500 gold between, you know what, 1,000 gold. I'm good with math. Between Zin and Anip. And right now, oh, they're looking to punish Chipuy.
Yep. If they could turn this into a 5v4, I think that would be the most ideal. It really doesn't matter who the target is, because half the time Chipuy is there to just stall Chibi, interrupt his combinations, and be overall really annoying. As RRQ sit on top of this Lord, they should be able to secure this for free. Silpat unable to reset in time, and now the fight starts to break out as Silpat with law charge to initiate on towards Clay, who breaks his immortality. First six next to fall to the Blade of Tempest. RWN comes out a little late, but can't do anything about that as Anip is able to free hit this entire time, and Banana can't do much about it. GB is looking for the right target. Zipboy continues to distract him and kills him underneath the turret, knocking him off the wall.
Chipuy was the perfect threat magnet and just the same, the perfect punisher. He executed that post-Lord sequence perfectly, and right now RRQ, it's their game to win here. Barbosa and Anip, I'm afraid they're not enough to defend here against the 4 that are presenting the end here inside their base.
The Inspire coming up from Anip is able to deal some decent damage. He's going to keep on autoing with Muddles positioned in front of RRQ to make sure that they can't walk up for free. Good way to deter them, Anip. And RRQ have to start all over again.
Beautiful defense and well-timed. Homeboys, they delayed so well. Oh, they pulled the wave down to the bottom, and then that was all of the back of Barbosa, and Barbosa said, you know what, it's fine, just clear the wave, take down the Lord, You got this. You got this, Anip. And Anip here started juggling items as well. He's building up to his last one, and now Warlord a little too forward.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that. And Zing getting a lot of free hits onto Barbosa's side. He might be able to secure it with the torn apart memories. Unstoppable for now as they start collapsing down towards the bottom wave. That inhibitor should start to fall as they chip away at it one by one. And RRQ looking for the end game. Looking for a way to close it out. That crystal is exposed.
Ooh.
Next set of minions are starting to come in, but they're not Lord in power. Banana's going to pull one. Chibi in the middle of the RWM. Subbot is going to go for the wild charge to make it happen to get this kill onto Clay, but Chibi taking way too much, and Simboy is able to finish him off. It is now all up to Anip with no winds of nature left to fight against 5. Get away from me is popped early, but the taunt is too good as he falls down to the Traceless. Warlord tries for the attempt. He could have done it, but this buys time for Barbosa to walk in. He's unable to clear the waves. He pops this to Toys Poissons, but it's just not enough. No damage, no way to wave clear. RRQ take game 1.
One more game for RRQ to go ahead and make it into the LCQ, the last chance qualifiers. And the homeboys here, what a rude awakening. They've been performing out of their minds. Hey, they got a little frisky and said, you know what, Barbosa, your turn, you play, right? But despite that small rally in the middle of the game, about 10, 12 minutes, it still ended this way, man. RRQ understand the current patch. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I think, it came down to itemization. It came down to the setup, the early setup in terms of not even the way they position themselves across the map, just the raw emblems alone. The fact that they were looking for early Malefic Roars, knowing that Tenacity was going to be built on the opposite side, that extra bit of armor, that's perfect for us, especially with the Malefic Roar, right? You're getting even more penetration through it, just math-wise.
Yep, these two things were adjusted in the last patch, and they understood the dynamics, the economy of the penetration, and again, that's what explains the assassin emblem on both the jungler and the marksman. And speaking of junglers, yeah, confirmed, utility isn't quite there yet because this is a fully built damage Isen Shin. So it's along the lines of the damage Bane that Shelly Boy rocked yesterday. So
it's real nice as well.
So this is like your tier 1.5 of junglers coming in.
That's so interesting. The way that he's building it is very traditional.